about today?
Well, you sent me that thing on masculinity or
Your hair looks lovely today, by the way. Well, you're wearing it down. You usually have it like all up, and now it's down. Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm gonna knock off the. I'm hanging off the wall. Okay, what are we gonna do? Masculinity.
yeah, it's important, and I think that there's a big disparity between um, you know, being in your masculine and then sometimes I guess it's called toxic masculinity. I know like Andrew Tate's been called toxic. I love him. And I'm very feminine and I'm very much all about, equal rights and stuff. But when he talks about like the war or we need men to like do something, women are not, you know, they're in the Marines and all, and I was in law enforcement, so I mean, I'm all about women and equal rights as well. But there's a lot of things that men can do that we can't, and vice versa. And there's nothing toxic about that. We're different. We're built different
I don't
for a
know.
reason.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question before you start on this that goes with this. Okay, so as a woman, we're talking about man. Let's talk about man approaches a woman. So as a woman, guy comes up to you. I don't care where you are, grocery store, the gym, a bar. Okay, what, besides any type of physical attraction, what would be a few things, like two or three things that would stand out if this guy came up, he talked to you, you let him talk to you, you enjoyed the conversation, like you're attracted to him, and whatever, maybe you exchange numbers, but give me like the top two or three things that would have got you there to like actually allow this guy to maybe buy your drink, talk to you for like 15 or 20 minutes, maybe get, your phone number, Instagram or something. And okay, I'll talk to you later. And he goes, give me a couple of things that guy would have to get that from you.
Well, first of all, I would compliment him just on his confidence for taking a risk, coming up
Confidence. Okay.
and being masculine enough to make the first move. So right away, I would compliment him because I wouldn't want to, cause him any kind of like trauma or something.
Okay, so confidence, and he was the man and took charge and made the move. So there's two. Okay, but a couple more. You can go ahead, whatever you got.
I don't know. I mean, I think when you are, going forward like that and you have a good vibe about you, that you have the confidence to like smile or
So confidence and the energy, those are two different things.
yes.
Come up being really confident, but you come off as arrogant if you're being cocky and overly confident, right? That would be
Well,
like weird
there's
energy.
there's a difference. I think confidence can go on like a large scale of
Mm-hmm.
um I'm overly confident and my ego is super inflated, or I'm confident and secure in myself that it doesn't really matter what anyone thinks as long
Yeah.
as like I feel good about it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I also think that men have been like pushed to not go up to women because women have like claimed all these weird like sexual harassment things and all these weird movements. And it's like I'm so old school that I think that even if I wasn't interested in someone and they came up to me, I would still be kind to them.
Yeah, why wouldn't you be?
Because a lot of girls are rude and they're like, ew. Like I've, you know, um,
I mean, I know I have friends, they're very, very pretty women, and I've asked them about that, and they're like, it just gets annoying when I'm with my friend and we're just trying to have a drink and talk. And like every, 20 minutes, some rando guy's coming up, like, buy you guys a drink, trying to talk. It's just like, it just gets it just starts annoying you. And I get that. I do.
nah, I don't think so. I think it's actually worse if someone stares at you. I've had people stare at me from across a bar for 20 minutes. I think that's bizarre. And then I think that that's annoying because they're not making a move and they're just like staring at you, maybe thinking you're going to do something. It's like, I'm definitely not going to do something. So stare all you want or
Mhm.
make a move. I mean,
Right.
that's masculine is going forward. That's the energy.
Okay, so you got confidence. You have to have the confident but kind of humble-ish energy, not the togs. You get the move first. There's like three. And then appearance wise, I mean, you said it a bunch of times, you work out a lot. I mean, Okay, so as a woman, just forget about all these things. If a guy came up, he's confident, like humble, confident, not arrogant. Um, you're attracted to his appearance. He moved first. Let's go back to the other thing that you said. So all these things, okay, you enjoyed the conversation. How much importance is appearance and looks with regards to all those other? He moved first. He's very confident. You enjoyed talking. He made you laugh. He made you giggle. You blush and whatever. How important now after all this? He's in the door. How important is the looks and the appearance?
I mean, it's somewhat important. I'm still not going to go out with someone that is overweight or doesn't take care of their body, but I wouldn't say like they had to be like, amazing looking, because energy is huge for me personally. I have
Mm.
to be attracted to someone, but I've been attracted to all different, types, where when I was younger and I didn't go with just the vibe, I would be like, oh, I only will date someone over 6 feet or something like that. Now I'm like, no, I got to go by the energy, by the person, how I feel in their energy,
Mm-hmm.
how they treat me,
Right.
those things, manners and things like that for me are like very important, because those things matter. Looks and, change and things like that. But
But
so
the height and being in like really good shape. Let's just say they're not, overweight, but they take care of themselves enough-ish. They're busy. Those things would be like secondary importance, I guess, right?
well, I mean,
The height is a preference. The
I don't
you're in great
care.
shape and you go to the gym 6 nights a week. You would prefer that. You know what I mean? Like you have preferences. If you're gonna find the unicorn, maybe, but
I don't about the height, but I don't want to be with a guy that I'm more muscular than. That's just me personally. I like a muscular guy that is bigger than me. I don't want to feel bigger than, because that's not masculine to me. Like I want someone that can like pick me up or whatever. I mean, not that I'm big, I'm only 5'2", but um I told you this in the last thing. I went out with someone and my arms were bigger than his, and he made a comment about it. And I felt like I was sitting with a feminine male. Like he was kind of a bitch. And I don't care. This is going to be public, but there's no fucking excuse to not exercise and build your body up. And I don't care if you have a belly or whatever, because I'm not perfect, but you need to be masculine. If you're
Mhm.
me, be masculine, unless you're gay and you want to act like a girl, whatever, because I have gay friends that act like girls that are guys. uh,
All right.
all right, do the opposite.
Okay. Well, no, I just wanted you to get your input. Okay. So, um, I'm going to try and be humble while I say these things. Okay. I'm just trying to like, I've always done well with dating and I have a lot of women that I'm friends with, and I have women that I've dated like years ago, and we're still friends. Okay, whether they're married or not, like we keep in touch, we shoot the shit. We've known each other, 20 years, whatever. Okay, so I've always asked them, like, what at some point, like, what attracted you? You know what I mean? Like, why? And the feedback I've gotten has been a lot confidence. That's what you said, and a lot
Hmm.
of them say I'm very charming. And kind of that's why, and I do like your hair today, but that's why I threw the compliment at the beginning. Why? That made you smile. And you're like, oh, thank you. You noticed I'm wearing it a different way. Now, look at guys, seriously. If you're dating a woman, Jazz, back me up on this. If you're
Hmm.
dating a woman and you're in the initial stages of it, okay, you should be complimenting that woman when you see her in person no less than 3 times, not all at once. As soon as you see her, I like your outfit. I like your hair. Did you get your nails done? You look great. I love how your ass looks in those jeans. You're smiling, right? And you're like, yup, yes, that would
And,
get me
and
started. Subtle, you don't have to overdo it, but you do it
uh,
no less than 3 times. And you know what? And that's why they say I'm in a habit of that. That's just what I do. And who doesn't want to hear something said nice about them? Like guys like to hear it too. Oh, babe, I like that shirt. Oh, you know what I mean? Like stupid shit like that.
yeah,
People,
I think complimenting is important on both ends. And I also want to say, for guys and women, smell is so important, because not only is it about the pheromones or whatever,
oh my
but
God, the pheromones,
Yes, that, but cologne and perfume smells different on every person. I'm not really big into perfume. I do wear this one perfume. It's actually Julia Has a Gun is not a perfume because it doesn't have like any of the flowery shit. I don't like that. But
So
do
this person,
do not let yourself get to the point where you do not smell good. Either, you men or women, you have to smell appealing.
I mean,
Okay. Hygiene is
yeah,
important.
that's just taking care of yourself and hygiene. But
So, and being funny is another, being funny.
that's another one I get a lot. I mean, you've met me.
That's very attractive to be funny and to be light and kind of like, not and not bitch a lot. Like be positive, right? Like we all have stuff going on. Like try to be positive, try to be light and funny. Um, I know my last relationship, he used to get mad because I talk to people all the time. My father was like that. I don't know if y'all like that, but I don't know if it's like an Italian thing, but
I'll talk
I'm
to anybody, anywhere.
right. I'm super friendly and I've been told like I'm a flirt, I'm this, I'm that,
People take that as flirting sometimes.
but it's not. I'm
No.
just
Okay, let me give you an example on guys. I'm in Florida. I'm at a bar with my brother and two of my friends, and we're sitting on the side, like the L part of the bar, the short part. There's 5 seats, so there's 4 guys, and at the end, in the last row, it's an older woman. She's probably in her late 50s. She's got geeking giant diamond on. She's friends with the bartender girl because she knows her, and she's finishing up some food and having a drink. So these 3 guys are talking like I'm by myself. So they're talking in between me. So I'm like, talking to them a little bit, the 2 women. So this woman's married. So I start talking to her, just shooting the breeze. And she's married. And I don't know, she's complaining about her husband to the bartender. The bartender knows the husband. They go in their regulars. I'm like, well, how long you been married? Long time. And we sleep in separate bedrooms. That I'm like, but why are you still married? She's like, it's just been so long and we're just used to it. I'm like, are you happy? She's like, and happy enough. And I mean, we have money. I'm like, I don't care about the money. I'm like, are you happy every day? Just, just curiosity. She's kind of like, no, not really. And she's, great body. She's taking care of herself. But like you said, she's pushing 60, but she has nothing to do all day. I don't know if maybe her husband's at work all day, but she's, great. And so, anyways, she wasn't very good looking though. Okay. And she was kind of bitchy, but
yeah, and also complaining is
she
such a
was complaining a lot, but I was also asking her just from curiosity on my own end, right? But yeah,
but
like her energy didn't feel very good. She wasn't a happy person. So she leaves, like, oh, have a good night. And my brother's sitting next to me and he kind of turns and looks at me. He's like, you hitting on 60-year-old married women now, dude? And and I look back at him and said, just like this is exactly what I said. I go, practice round, bro. He starts dying laughing. I'm like, what is wrong with practicing talking to people? Like, just because you don't want to fuck them doesn't mean you can't talk to them. Like,
I
because
think we can learn from every single person, even if we can learn how we don't want to be, because, I'm not saying that it, whatever, we can learn a positive or we can learn how to not be that kind of energy. Like the thing I was sharing with you earlier about lying and stuff like that. Like I didn't like that person's energy, but what I learned from it is I'll never act like that. I'll never not own my part of something and try to communicate and bring like a resolution and solve the problem.
Mhm.
And people live that way. I'm like, all right, I don't want to be in this energy and I know to stay away from that. So
Well,
yeah,
I
up
was
to
kind of I was just kind of speaking towards that example of something along the lines of this. If you can talk to a woman and you can be comfortable approaching any woman and just sitting down and having a friend, not being a creepy, like sexual, just sit down and talk to them like they're a person and like be funny or whatever. You can apply that to any woman. You can walk up to the 10 out of 10. If you can make that woman like chuckle or laugh and not approach her with the like, trying to like fuck you energy, right? Just treat her like a person, you'll get in every time. I don't care what I mean. Granted, as long as like you or take pride in your appearance. I'm not saying you have to be in a 3-piece suit, but you're not like a bum with friggin', don't take care. Like you walk up with some confidence and you can be funny and you treat them like a regular person. Wow, mind blown. Women are people. Deal with it. It's easy. They're not, I mean, they're difficult to figure out, but to get in the door, be confident, funny, treat them like a person, have the right energy. Two other things that I do is, and this is me just studying human behavior, you have to make contact. I watched a study where they had three men, same three men, go to a couple of different bars, and each guy would have to walk up to a woman, that just random woman at the bar, and ask her to dance. That was it. That was the experiment. So you had like an attractive guy, regular looking guy, and a guy that didn't take care of it, or something like that. They had a few different guys. Anyways, they walked up to them. No, maybe that was all the same type of guy. I don't know. Anyways, they walk up to the women and they each ask women to dance. If they didn't touch her and they just walked up out of the blue, they got denied like 85% of the time, let's say. Because they didn't try and chat with them. Would you like to dance? I think that was it. No other conversation. They tried to experiment again, a different night. And when they walked up to the women, they would touch them either on their arm lightly, on their shoulder. Excuse me, would you like to dance? Just, you know what I mean? And they got like an 80% yes. The only difference, the same guys, same places, but the only difference is they touched her in some way, hand, shoulder, back, you know what I mean? So if you're talking to a woman, you get in the door and you're being funny or whatever, and she's laughing and smiling because you're complimenting, touch her hand on the bar, put your hand on her back. Would you like a drink? You know, you want to go for a walk outside. Just a tiny touch, not like creepy. Don't try and like cop a feel, but that goes a huge way. Why? Because
I
you're gonna get the tingles, you're gonna get the goosebumps, just because even if it's a graze and you make it seem like an accident.
Okay, yeah, maybe, because I was gonna say, I don't know if I would love that, but if I felt the energy good, then I would be okay with it.
But when I
And
say touch, I don't mean like try and hold your hand on the bar shotgun, just like when you're laughing, like ha ha ha, and like give it a little pat, you know what I mean? And then sit back, like just sneak it in there a little bit. I'm telling you, it works.
yeah,
People are more receptive. Like you can walk up to a friend or a stranger and be like, how are you? And you shake their hand and put the hand on the shoulder, like right this way. And you know what I mean? Like somebody will like, you know, just like touch your back and like point the way to go or something like that. That changes the whole energy now.
I think that your energy, if it's not needy and you're pretty secure in yourself, and this is how I allowed you to come over and we had the spiritual thing, because I usually don't let anyone over because I can feel people's energies. You and I know you've done a lot of work, and I think maybe this is what it comes down to. If you're secure in yourself, I think that looks go out the window sometimes if someone has like amazing energy.
Yeah.
And if someone makes you feel comfortable, and you feel safe around them. I'm speaking from a woman's perspective. I can't speak on a men's perspective, but I know that I would hang out with someone all day long, even as a friend or whatever, just by how I feel in their energy.
Yeah, of course.
I've also hung out with people, guys that look gorgeous and their energy sucks, or their ego is inflated.
Toxic energy or over ego. Listen, I had a huge ego when I was younger. I will be the first fucking to admit it. I was a prick when I was in my 20s. Oh boy, was I a prick. I was a douche, and I was young, and I was in the gym, and I was diesel, and I had money. So yeah, I was a dick. I was a fucking big
Yeah,
dick.
but there's also an attractiveness in that too. I mean,
Yeah, no,
because
I had no problems. I could be it. I just, you know what? I probably would have done a lot better had I not been that way. You know, I would have
well,
got maybe more quality value women than just, you know,
I
you
don't
got
know.
what you put out. So that's what I was getting. I was getting, you know, pretty girls that hang out with for a couple months and then like bye, and then, you know, see them again. Cool, we can hang out, but you know, stupid shit. I don't know.
Yeah, because I think that our society, and I was way better looking in my 20s and could get whoever I wanted. My body was perfect, all this shit. But um we have to learn different parts of ourselves, that physical is not everything.
Yeah.
And you develop and grow, and you have other traits that you're like, oh, well, I'm pretty funny, or I'm charming, or um, you know, I'm super like maternal,
Mhm.
and I've always been like that. And that is something that is attractive to certain people. And then certain people don't like it. They're like, you're too mothering, or you're too nurturing, or whatever. But that I won't change about myself. And
Right.
it I'm like, okay, if someone doesn't like that way about me, then that's fine.
Mm.
And
I think on the guy's end, I'm speaking masculine here. I think on the guy's end, you get, I think guys want to have the Barbie doll girlfriend. Okay. And that's what they're going to shoot for. And it's like, if you want to date someone of value, like, again, you can find that connection anywhere, but like, shoot in your category. Like, here's the thing, you get a guy that maybe came to you for coaching. Oh, this is the type of girl that I want to get, blah, blah. Okay, you build up the confidence, you get funny, you get all this stuff, you go practice, you get out there and you go meet that one, and you get that like hot 10 out of 10 that you wanted, and your life's chained down, you can get, and then you like hang out with her a couple times, like, this person is dumb as rocks. We have nothing in common. And yeah, and it's like,
yeah, and wait till you have a problem to deal with together. And what kind of, and this is going back to the feminine energy. What kind of spiritual support are you going to get? What kind of, you know, loving and depth? Can I talk to my partner? Can I talk to this person? Can we have a conversation?
what
Are we
about
good?
but about masculinity, you get older guys that get a ton of money and they work their ass off, and that's just what they want, the trophy wife to go out and be on my arm, and then here's my credit card, do whatever the hell you want during the day. And but if a guy makes you feel more of a man, I guess to some extent, I mean, I don't know, but
Yeah,
there's people that do it. And like Andrew Tate speaks to that when he's talking about guys having multiple wives, and he's just kind of like preaching, or like him and his buddies are preaching. And I honestly, after listening to some of it, like, what's wrong with if you go to a woman and you say, hey, these 3 other women live with me, you want to come, like, you can live here, you can have your room, you have, like, I'm going to take care of you financially. If you like put it all out on the table like that and everybody's on the same page, like, why are you hating on somebody else's fucking situation? If like everybody's on the same page, who gives a
yeah.
shit?
If
If they're
you're in
happy, who cares?
if you're in agreement about something, that's your business, that's your private business.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in order to have a loving, intimate connection where you're like in love and happy, I think that can only be between 2 people. That's my personal belief. And
I think people that even have multi-partner situations or marriages or whatever, like, in um like Arab countries, you have multiple wives, it's a common thing. I think in all of those, there's like one wife that's like the main one too,
yeah,
so to try and get to that. But there's another, so all those things you talked about going in, so just trying to go with the masculinity, so gets you in the door would be confident, made the first move, meaning you're being the man in it. Okay, your
mm,
energy, be funny. And once you get in that front door, just one of the things I do is just those light touches, whether it's, and you kind of can do it where it's a brush, so you're not making it weird, but you get what I'm saying. And then
yeah,
flirting, the biggest thing I've heard, same what you said, because I talked to a lot of people. That woman that I was talking to, my brother assumed I was flirting. I wasn't flirting with her, but I was practicing talking to a woman, just and asking her questions about her life, and she was responding. I was just curious to where a woman would come from that was in a long-term marriage with money and she wasn't happy. Like, why are you still there? Like, however long she's married to the guy, I'm like, you can just divorce him and take a bunch of money, right? And she's like, no, I mean, it's like, I wouldn't do that to him. And I get it. I get that to some extent. Like, hey, maybe you're not really in love with each other, but you're both comfortable with your life and your friends or whatever. I don't know. I don't judge other people's situations.
well, I talk to a lot of women,
Mhm.
friends and such, and we're all in agreement that when a man acts and is in his masculine energy, and it's simple stuff like how you walk, right? We talk about this all the time because girls talk about shit, weird shit. How you walk is important.
Oh my God, do I walk gay? You're gonna have to tell me next time I see you.
No,
Do I
stop.
walk like a girl?
Be aware of how you walk. Like, like if men are not standing up straight and they don't have like that like confident energy, like that alone gives off something. So how you walk, how you present yourself,
Posture. All right, posture. Okay.
how you smell. And this is not just from me, this is from like I've talked to a lot of people about how you smell, and also like your manners, and if you're polite and things like that. Um,
Oh, yes, another one, manners. Oh, if you start dating a woman, the first couple months, you're opening every fucking door for her unless she is insulted by it. Open the goddamn car door. You don't have to do it every time, but do it. Open the door for her and hold it. Stupid
mm,
little shit like that. Some women, no woman's gonna get offended. If you go out of your way to do it and run around the car, yeah, make sure you walk up to her door like with her and open it if you're getting in the car to go home or something. Like, just
if
do
she,
it.
yeah, if someone gets offended, then she's just not comfortable in her feminine energy. Like, I'll actually stop if I'm on a date and someone's taking me to dinner. I'll stop and let them go to the door first. I won't even go near the door because I want to see what they're gonna do. It's like an experiment. I had one guy once stop and look at me, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm not opening the door." And he kind of like looked at me weird, and I was like, this one might not be for me. Like, it's almost like he was shocked that I like wouldn't open the door.
I think it's little things too. Guys don't realize like little things with women go a long way.
Yes.
Because some guys just won't. Like you said, that guy's probably just had no idea to even think about it. But I mean,
But
just
he dated women that didn't care about manners. I mean, we're all different. And I know women look at different things too. Like, men look at ass, boobs, faces, right? Those are your top three: their ass, their boobs, and their face. Is
I
that
mean,
correct?
like
Right away.
any guy is going to be physically attracted to the cookie cutter model of an attractive woman, just like any woman is going to be attracted to the cookie cutter attractive guy, like nice hair, muscles, tall. It's just is what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
that's normal.
And women will look at men's arms because is we're gauging like strength, and we're not looking at the same thing that men are looking at. So like, a lot of men, I think that they're like, "Oh, I have a lot of money, like I'm the man." Not really, because unless you're a
Anybody
sellout.
can make money. You can hit a
Sellout.
fucking scratch ticket and be an idiot for 4 million.
So women, we look at like arms, or like a back or something weird. We were talking about this the other night. I'm like, isn't it weird how we look at certain things and then men look at other things, and how women get turned on by certain things and men get turned on by certain things?
Okay, so women would look at a guy's arms or whatever, see if you're strong, you're a protector, you can take care of me. Men would look at boobs, look for big boobs and like a nice ass. Why? If they have big boobs, they're fertile. They can feed the baby. If they have, big butt or wide hips, those are childbearing hips. And when you're saying like, I think that's just like deeply enrooted in your brain as for like mating, you're gonna look for those things.
Yeah, and I've actually had guys be smaller boobs and say that to me, that they like a nice ass and a smaller. I mean, it depends on the person.
But when you said guys look at these things first, I think it's
Oh,
more of like psychologically ingrained in your brain.
mm, yeah, that's what it is. It's like, how would it look like if we mated? We're not thinking that, but I think that we automatically, that happens when we're looking at each other.
If you're looking at somebody across the bar or you're approaching somebody at the bar of the opposite sex and you swing that way, it's because you want to fuck them. When you boil it all down, because you want to have sex. If you're approaching them in that manner, like, can I buy you a drink or try and chat? If you're just sitting there being friendly, and I think that's why people might misinterpret it. If you just walked up to somebody of the opposite sex or whatever and just, shooting the breeze and having a good conversation, people could misinterpret that. I completely understand that. But majority of
Yeah,
the time, I'm going to say yeah, I want to fuck this person. So I'm going to go up and talk to him and see if I can.
I've gotten in trouble just from saying hi and complimenting someone's dog. I was yelled at by a past, relationship that I was flirting and wanting to get his attention by saying that his dog was nice. Um, so my complimenting and my friendliness has been misinterpreted as, something more. So I
That's
think,
insecurity.
you think so?
If I'm with a girl and I'm secure, that's my person, I'm dating you and I'm comfortable with you,
Mm,
you can do whatever the hell you want. You can talk to whoever the hell you want. You have my trust. You have my trust until you don't. So why would I understand why some guys would, but why would you want to? Same thing if same thing if you know your guy said there's a nice dog and there's a pretty woman walking, like, oh my god, your dog's so cute, I used to have one like that, what's his name, pat him on the head, have a nice day. That's not flirting, but I could see how a woman could get upset same way, but again, that's insecurity shit.
Yeah, you're right, because that wouldn't bother me, but I just didn't know if I come off sometimes. But I mean, like we have our
Does, I know it
personality.
does, I've been told it does, but I'm not doing it on purpose.
No, and I think your personality is like a certain way. You're born with that, you die with that. You can like change your energy and change your attitude, and you can, switch up certain things, but like I can't change my voice really. I can maybe get rid of my accent if I really try.
Yeah, okay. Your Rhode
It's my
Island accent's kicking, honey.
my accent is like obnoxious. I like listen to it and I'm like, oh my God, like I can't stand it. It's so like
Oh god,
thick.
like and subscribe. We both forgot at the beginning. Do it.
Like, right, but I'm owning it because I know like when people are shy and things like that, if you own certain things about you that you don't like and you're like, whatever, it's there, it's out there, I own it. It it's better, I think, in that way than to try to be like, oh, I don't like this part about me. And I'm like, I got a thick accent. What am I gonna do? It is what it is. Like,
Oh my god, I got like bonus 5 fucking points to every woman in Florida because I had a Boston accent. I mean, I don't even know if I still have it because I lived in Florida for so long. I think it's like it's down, but people can hear it. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure you probably still have it.
No,
Mine's
I
just,
do. Women, no, I like girls told me that I have it, or like people that I don't see all the time that aren't from up here, like they'll say I have it.
and then when I people from New York, they have like a totally different accent and theirs is thick too. And I love it.
Yeah.
It's like so
Depends on the part of New York.
distinguishable. Yeah, usually like Long Island's very thick. I was at a party last week and they
No
were all
more
from
please. Oh my god, both of us have to stop. I was watching our videos. We say like 1,000 times each.
shit.
Look
That's
at
like,
guys, we're trying to get better. So like we're gonna do this on the fly. Okay. You're gonna like come on this journey with us of getting better. No more ums.
all right, well, we can kind of finish up. That's a New England thing.
It is.
My sister does it. I have a bunch of friends that do it, and we
Does she do
don't.
it wicked bad, dude?
Yeah, it's so fucking wicked bad.
Wicked pissa.
Yeah.
Um, so one thing about smelling nice, the person might see this, might not see this someday, but they'll know who they are. When you said something about pheromones,
Mm.
um, you know who this is. I would literally tease her all the time because when we would be together and I'd in each other's energy and be like, and I'd like pull myself back because we're in public, like, goddamn pixie pheromones, and she would start laughing. But I would have the same effect on her. But yeah, like not the perfume, nothing, just like being
Mm.
in her presence, and then that like, like, yep, call them pixie pheromones. They're very fucking annoying, and you know
Oh,
who you are, fucker.
I like that term, pixie. That's cute. It reminds me of Tinkerbell.
Well, the women that I always date are like, you're 5'2" to 5 feet, because I'm not a tall guy. I'm 5'7". That is not tall. It's not short, but it's not tall. But I like you said, like you want your man to be bigger than you. Like it's not a hard thing when you're 5'2", but is what it is.
And I think that
Talk about
that
toxic masculinity real quick. We got 4 minutes, but maybe we can do another episode on that. But go ahead, throw that out there since we're doing this.
for me, I think toxic masculinity is when a man is weak and he will fight with women, attack women, not defend women.
Hitting your woman or insulting your woman or like putting her
Or
down, you're a weak man to begin with. So I guess that's part of toxic masculinity. Okay.
competing with a woman. I don't think men should compete with women. I don't think women should compete with men. I think
In a
we should,
relationship or in general?
in general, I just think we should respect each other.
Right.
And like if I respect you as a man, I don't need to compete with you. I know that you have stuff that I don't have, and vice versa. And what can we offer each other? Like what can we do to work together? But like I'm confident in being a woman. I'm not trying to be a man.
Right.
So
That's fair.
I think men that don't get a lot of ass are usually toxic and they hate women, or they have this thing against women and they don't know how to approach women and they don't know how to be manly So I end up hating women. Like I've had guys say stuff to me like, "Oh, well, women are fucking da da da," and they're like mean, and I'm like, okay, this person's not getting any ass.
Oh, either he didn't get any ass or a woman fucking wrecked his world at some point in his life, and he's going to fucking give that back to every other woman that crosses his path and pay that one back. I think that's
I don't
part of it. Oh,
say,
that's
babe.
definitely part of it. Yeah. I think it's definitely part of it. Woman breaks a guy's fucking heart and he doesn't like deal with that. He's gonna hate every woman down the line. Like,
Hey,
why do
babe.
guys rape women? Something fucked up happened to them in their past, and they feel. I mean, I don't know. I don't rape women, but I'm just saying, on some level, there's got to be some underlying thing that makes you want to grab some stranger off the side of the road or whatever and do that. It's just not. You know what I mean? Something
Mm,
must have happened to them where a woman hurt that person very deeply for them to act out in that way. Hurt people, right?
yeah, usually, or they lack some sort of human connection or empathy or something.
Yeah, I guess you could be missing that.
Because
Yeah,
I study criminology, so we could talk about,
yeah,
you
we
know,
can do that. We can do that another day. Maybe the psychology of that. I'm not sure if you ever worked with anybody that like had crazy shit like that. We'll pick that.
mm,
We'll figure that out for a topic. We'll have to do some research. All right. So what do you got for closing thoughts? My closing thoughts would be listen to everything Miss Jess said. Be confident. Move first. Have good energy. Be funny. Flirt. I'm telling you, like a little touch on the forearm while you're sitting there talking, get you on the job. Compliments too. Three. Three every date.
yeah. And I want to say,
If you want to stay married for 20 years, three every day for the rest of your life will get you out of so much trouble, right?
yeah,
Would you
and
be mad at your man like you didn't take out the fucking trash, baby? Your hair looks beautiful today. No, but I told you, and oh, that outfit. Like by the end of that conversation, be like, just take the fucking trash out, dude. You know what I mean?
mm, I've also heard from multiple men. I think you're one of them too. That, and I've talked to a couple other guys. They're they want girls to approach them too, and
Bring it
that's
on.
yeah.
Bring it on.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
There's
we're
not
about to get shut off. Anything
okay.
else you got?